So there's a meeting this morning of the General Affairs Committee of the EU. That's European Affairs ministers from the 27 member states. They were doing lots of other business, but at the end of the meeting, they did the formal adoption, as it's known, of the mandate, basically rubber stamping this 46-page document that the Commission published a draft of earlier in the month, and which diplomats have been tweaking ever since. And it's basically the blueprint that will now be given to Michel Barnier, the roadmap for the chief negotiator, who will conduct the negotiations with the UK over the next few months on trade, security, and all those other policy areas that they want to cover. I think there's three obvious flashpoints that come out of it. Number one, this idea of shared common standards. The EU's tried to make that look as relaxed as possible by using lots of words like evolve over time and having EU rules as a reference point. But I think that might still be too much for the UK, which wants a very hands-off relationship. On fishing, the document's been tweaked to keep talking about upholding the situation that exists now and the access that European boats have to British waters. Also, I think the British government wants that to change. And then thirdly, the governance. That's that technical term for just how the relationship is managed over time. The EU still wants a role for the European Court of Justice. Quite a limited one, it has to be said. But I think even limited, it might be too much for the UK to swallow as well. So it's a blueprint for what Michel Barnier is going to do, but also a bit of a blueprint for what the big rows over the next few months could be.